Hey, what's up, guys? It's Andrew Santowski. I'm back with another UFC prediction video. This time, UFC Fight Night, Moreno versus Elmabayev. This event goes down February 28, 2026 from Mexico City, Mexico. So let's get into it, guys. First fight up, Ernesta Karakite against Sofia Montenegro. This is a women's flyweight fight. Sofia Montenegro, she's from Argentina. One loss, currently on a one-fight losing streak. That was on the Contender Series, but Dana White signed her to a contract, so must have been a pretty good fight. I don't remember that. Ernesta Karakite, she's got some serious length for flyweight, for the women's flyweight division. She's on a one-fight winning streak, 27 years old, from Lithuania. Beat Nicole Cagliari by split decision in her last fight. That was a year ago. So it'll be a year and a month that she's last fought when this fight comes up. She lost to Diana Barbosa by decision back in 2024, beat Carly Judice. So she doesn't fight often, so I don't really know what the reason is. She's a good stand-up fighter. I'm going to side with Karakite here, but again, I don't really know much about Montenegro. So, but it should be a good fight. I'm going to side with Karakite. Christian Quinones against Chris Monteiro. Monteiro hasn't fought since that knockout loss to Wellmaker. 33 years old. Again, you know, he fought Sean O'Malley back in the day too. So it's going up against Christian Quinones here. He is a Mexican fighter, but he is on a two-fight losing streak, 29 years old. Lost to Raoni Barcelos, lost to Kang Ho Kang, so good competition as well. But he's getting finished in those fights. He did knock out Khalid Taha. That was a few years ago. I'm going to side with Quinones here, but again, it will not surprise me if Monteiro gets this done. Santiago Luna against Angel Pacheco. Pacheco, two-fight losing streak, 33 years old. Lost to Danny Silva and Kyle Logren, who's no longer with the UFC. I know that. So he hasn't fought in almost 2 years by the time this fight comes up. Santiago Luna, 10-fight winning streak, 21 years old, 7-0 professional record. Again, he was on the, well, no, he wasn't on the Contender Series. He beat Quang Lee by left hook back in September. So again, I'm going to side with the guy the UFC probably wants to win, and that's Santiago Luna. And this fight is taking place in the men's bantamweight division. Next up, in the middleweight division, Wes Schultz against Damian Pinas. And I remember Pinas on the Contender Series, man. He's got some knockout power for real, man. 4-fight winning streak, 6'1", Nova Uno, 23 years old. I think he's moved around from countries. Beat Vitor Costa in the first round on the Contender Series back in September. So, man, really good training camp. You know, he trains with Nova Unao, so you know he's well trained. Wes Schultz, 2-fight winning streak, 29 years old, coming off wins over Mario Minajai on the Contender Series. Beat Dustin Pape on the regional scene. But he was on the Contender Series back in 2024, and he lost to Mansour Abdul Malik. So again, he's been around. UFC is not giving him any favors here against Pinas. I'm going to side with Pinas here. Jose Medina against Ryan Gondra. This is in the middleweight division as well. So let's look at Jose Medina. 4-fight losing streak, 34 years old. I don't know why the UFC is keeping this guy around. So again, he's lost to Dusko Todorovic in his last fight. Ryan Gondra, 7-fight winning streak, 30 years old. He was on the Contender Series. He had a first-round knockout back in August. I'm going to side with Gondra here for the win. Imanol Rodriguez against Kevin Borjas. I'm siding with Rodriguez here. This is a men's flyweight fight. Let's look at Kevin Borjas. 1-fight losing streak, 28 years old. Lost to Sumandarji in his last fight. He did have a nice win prior to that against Ronaldo Rodriguez, but again, he just inconsistent. Rodriguez, one fight winning streak, 26 years old. He was on the Contender Series, got a knockout. He was also on the Ultimate Fighter. So I'm going to side with Rodriguez here for the win. Next up, Edgar Chairez against Felipe Bunez. And I'm going to side with Chairez here. This is another men's flyweight fight. Bunez, one fight losing streak, lost to Rafael Estevam back in August. Win over Jose Johnson prior to that, which is a good win. I don't think Johnson's with the promotion any longer. Edgar Chairez, one fight winning streak, 29 years old. Beat CJ Vergara in his last fight, lost to Joshua Van prior to that. No shame in that. I mean, Joshua Van is the current flyweight champion. But I'm going to side with Chairez. Next up, Daniel Zellhuber against King Green. Just not really impressed with King Green, man. And guy's older. Doesn't seem like he's as fast as he once was. He's coming off a win over Lance Gibson, but Lance Gibson didn't really have much to offer him on the feet. Didn't seem like Green was throwing that much. Again, he got finished by Ruffy and Pimblett in his two fights prior to that. I mean, those guys are both Pimblett's. I mean, he's fighting for the interim lightweight championship coming up. But again, he's just getting finished. He's not throwing volume. Zellhuber, he's on a 2-fight losing streak himself, man. So they're giving him a matchup that he should win. He's 26 years old. He lost to Michael Johnson. He was a huge favorite, minus 850, and he lost, man. Lost to Ribovics prior to that. So again, who knows where Zellhuber's at, man. Hopefully he's training hard, but this is a fight that he should win, and I'm going to pick him over King Green here. Macy Chiasson against Aline Perez, women's bantamweight division. Aline Perez, 5-fight winning streak, 31 years old. Beat Carol Holst on her last fight. You know, so she's gotten some good wins. I did not think she was going to be this successful in the UFC. I did not. Macy Chiasson, man, she's just a tough, gritty fighter, man. 2-fight losing streak. Those losses were to Yana Santos and Ketlin Vieira. I mean, that's just higher competition than what Aline Perez has fought. I'm going to side with Macy Chiasson here for the win. Brandon Moreno against Asu Almabayev, main event. Moreno, I'm sure, is probably going to be between a 2-1 favorite or a 3-1 favorite. I see him somewhere around there. Let's take a look at Moreno. 1-fight losing streak, 32 years old. He's coming back 2.5 months after that loss to Taira. Again, I think he did win that first round against Taira because he kind of had him in that triangle. But Taira really took his back and was just landing punches. Moreno wasn't doing anything. Can't blame the ref for stopping it. And Taira just looks so much faster on the feet than Moreno, man. Huge size advantage as well. But Moreno is 5'7", 70-inch reach, and he's going to have that advantage over Almabayev. Almabayev, he's on a 2-fight winning streak. 5'4", but a 65-inch reach. So he's got a 5-inch reach disadvantage. 31 years old. Wins over Jose Ochoa and Alex Perez. 2 good wins. 2 very good wins. But he lost to Kopp prior to that earlier in the year. And he was kind of running from Kopp. Kopp might have poked his eye and done some other fouls in that fight. But again, Kopp is, pretty much the #1 ranked flyweight right now. Kind of waiting for a title shot. And the wins over Ochoa and Perez, like I said, were good wins. Again, don't really know where Moreno's at. This is a hometown fight for him. Almabayev, don't really know his cardio. This is a 5-round fight. I'm going to side with Almabayev as a dog. But again, I can't fault anybody for taking Moreno here, man. He typically fights on these Mexico City cards, and he's typically successful. So again, guys, my picks: Almabayev, Chiasson, Zellhuber, Chairez, Rodriguez, Gondra, Pinas, Luna, Quinones, and Kirikaitis.